Welcome back, Acadiana. We are starting off with the radar, and we got some heavy rain falling, also a mix of thunderstorms pushing through Acadiana. And if we can make the screen full, so we just get a bigger look of the current radar, we got some thunderstorms right over Iberia Parish. So this does include New Iberia and at least Delcom. It has some heavy rainfall there, but Jeanerette is next up for the heavy rainfall and thunderstorms. And as we move off towards the northwest, a few thunderstorms mostly in Jeff Davis Parish. Nothing strong or severe right now, but all storms continue to drift off towards the southeast. But as you can tell, we got some dry spots in there for parts of Acadia, Lafayette, even Vermilion Parish staying pretty dry for now. But some areas can get in on some rainfall as well before the day is said and done. So over the last 12 hours, most of the rainfall was in northern central Louisiana. They had multiple strong thunderstorms push through, even some heavy rainfall, as you can tell, about an inch over Avoyelles Parish, even for St. Landry, about a 1 inch to a little over 2.5 inches there. And further south, staying pretty dry. But as those showers and thunderstorms move towards the southeast, Vermilion, Iberia, or the rest of Iberia and St. Mary parishes can get in on the rainfall through this evening. So with that front that is pushing down south, we'll see a slight or a short-lived dry air mass for Sunday, so it won't feel as humid or muggy for Sunday night into Monday. But of course, we are in the prime time for summer. We'll see those dew points back into the 60s and 70s coming up, so it'll be very humid by the end of the weekend and the start of next week. So as far as those rain chances, they are on the low end side for the next 7 days coming up, only between 10 to at least 30% Sunday through at least next Saturday coming up, with the main rainfall pushing through Wednesday and Thursday. But even then, those rain chances are not too high and does remain widely isolated in nature across Acadiana. So let's time out the rainfall for the rest of this evening. Very scattered in nature for the next couple of hours, but at least before midnight, we should see most of that rainfall out of our area. Drier conditions after midnight going into early Sunday morning, and then after that, remaining pretty dry for majority of Sunday coming up. But with that low end rain chance, we can still have a few isolated showers and thunderstorms popping up. Other than that, staying pretty dry for Sunday, going into Sunday night. Even Monday, we have another dry start to that commute with those rain chances mostly during the afternoon, and once again, very isolated in nature. So as we switch gears to the temperatures, we have another warm night, mostly in the 70s for our central Louisiana, around Interstate 10, mostly around 73 to 74 coming up tonight. And the same goes for our coastal parishes, only a couple degrees higher into the mid 70s. And then for tomorrow, temperatures across the board, mostly in the low 90s, but we can have a few areas that may find it hard to break out of the upper 80s, but it'll definitely be another hot day for the end of this weekend. And not to mention the heat indices, mostly in the upper 90s coming up, so you still want to stay hydrated and cool. Check on your relatives and your neighbors, everyone, make sure they are doing all right. But we're not expecting a heat advisory to push through tomorrow either. We have to have those heat indices at least 108. But as we talk about the tropics, it is an area highlighted in the Atlantic as it pushes towards the northeast, and that really formed off that frontal boundary that we have been discussing over the last couple of days. So area low pressure may form in this area, but it is a short window for development because it does eventually push into cooler waters, and tropical activity does not like those cooler waters. So last look at the 10-day forecast, rain chances are pretty low the rest of the week. Temperature is mostly in the 90s, but stay tuned. We'll have one last look of the 10-day forecast later in the show.